Put your God first, do the hard work, and just watch how your life transforms. Don't involve people in your struggles. Trust in God and ask Him for help. Make transitions with your God, not with the world, not with your critics, not with your doubts, but with Him. Because the truth is, no one else truly understands what you're carrying. People can sympathize, but only God can strengthen. People can listen, but only God can lead. So when life gets heavy, stop running to broken vessels for answers. Start turning to the Creator. Trust Him in your confusion. Trust Him in your pain. Trust Him when you're building silently in the dark. That's where the transformation begins. We live in a world that's loud with opinions and silent in truth. Everyone has advice, but few have wisdom. Everyone has something to say, but few are actually listening to the voice that matters, God's voice. And that's why people are frustrated. That's why they're drained. They're plugged into everything except their source. Scrolling, comparing, chasing, but never still, never grounded, never connected. You want real change? Put God first. Put Him at the top of your priorities, not the bottom of your panic list. Seek Him in the morning before you seek your phone. Talk to Him about your plans before you post about them. Trust Him enough to be quiet when everyone else is shouting for attention. Because when you make Him your anchor, storms don't shake you, they shape you. And then, do the hard work. Pray, but don't just pray. Move, believe, but don't just believe. Build. You've got to meet your faith with action. God is not a genie. He's not here to bless laziness. He blesses effort. He honors consistency. He rewards obedience. That means if you want a new life, you better start living like you believe God is watching your every step. Because He is. Stop complaining about where you are and start climbing. Stop announcing your pain to people who can't heal you. Go to the one who created you. Trust Him enough to struggle silently while you grind faithfully. You don't need validation, you need vision. You don't need noise, you need discipline. And you don't need everyone to understand. You just need God to approve. This life is not about comfort, it's about calling. It's not about applause, it's about alignment. And once you align with God, once you do your part and leave the rest in His hands, doors start opening. Strength starts showing up. Peace begins to return. And you don't even have to force it. Why? Because you put the right thing first, and when God is first, everything else falls into place. Number 1, faith is not a shortcut, it's a foundation. Too many people treat God like a spare tire, only calling on Him when everything else goes flat. But that's not faith. That's desperation. Real faith is not a backup plan. It's the foundation you build your life on. If your connection to God only shows up during storms, don't be surprised when your whole life feels like chaos. Faith isn't about avoiding the fire. It's about walking through it, knowing you're not alone. It doesn't mean sitting back and hoping the pieces fall into place. It means standing up, doing your part, and believing God is working, even when you don't see results yet. Real faith doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It moves through imperfect ones. It doesn't depend on feelings. It depends on obedience. You pray, and then you act. You trust, and then you take steps. That's the kind of faith that moves mountains. Not the kind that waits for rescue, but the kind that walks with purpose. Faith is not convenience. It's commitment. Build on that, and watch your life transform. Number 2, prayer alone won't fix laziness. You can't pray for a harvest if you haven't planted any seeds. You can't ask God to open doors when you won't even leave the house. You can't beg for a breakthrough while refusing to break your comfort zone. Yes, pray. Yes, have faith. But don't confuse talking to God with avoiding your responsibilities. Faith isn't a substitute for effort. It's the fuel for it. You want God to move? Then move with Him. He gave you strength for a reason. He gave you time, breath, vision, and a body capable of more than excuses. And one day, He's going to ask you what you did with it. What will you say? That you were too tired, too scared, too distracted scrolling through someone else's grind? He's not going to reward intentions. He's going to reward obedience. The truth is, some people pray for a life they're not willing to work for. And that's not faith, that's fantasy. God doesn't bless laziness, He blesses diligence. So yes, pray like everything depends on Him, but hustle like everything depends on you. Because heaven responds to action backed by faith. No more waiting, no more excuses. It's time to grind with grace. That's how the miraculous shows up. Number 3, silence is sacred. Stop broadcasting your dreams to people who secretly hope you fail. Stop explaining your next move to people who don't even support their own growth. Silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. Not every idea needs a platform. Not every plan needs applause. Sometimes the most powerful seasons of your life are the quietest ones. That's when God is doing His deepest work. When He hides you, it's not rejection, it's protection, it's development, it's growth in private so you don't collapse in public. Some breakthroughs require isolation, some blessings require separation. And the more you stay away from noise, the clearer His voice becomes. You don't need to post about your grind, just do it. Let the results speak. Let the transformation be your testimony. People can't attack what they don't know. Move quietly, move wisely, move faithfully. While others are busy seeking validation, be busy with elevation. Talk less, pray more, focus deeper. Trust that when the time is right, God will reveal what He's been building in the dark. You don't need attention, you need alignment. Let silence be your power. Let God be your announcement. Number 4, pain is part of the process. If you think walking with God means walking an easy road, you've been lied to. God doesn't call you to comfort, He calls you to become, and becoming requires pain. Not because He enjoys watching you struggle, but because He knows what's inside of you needs pressure to rise. Diamonds don't form in pillows, they form in fire. Pain is not punishment, it's preparation. That broken season, that loss, that betrayal, that loneliness, it's not random, it's refining you. It's making you stronger, wiser, deeper. Every delay is stretching your patience. Every closed door is testing your trust. Every storm is revealing what you're really made of. God already knows what He has planned for you. The question is, can you carry it? Can you lead when it hurts? Can you obey when it's lonely? Can you keep going when the reward is still out of sight? That's what the process is for. You want strength? Embrace the strain. You want purpose? Don't run from the pain. Run through it with God beside you. Let the pain grow you. Let it prepare you. Because nothing you're going through is wasted. Not one tear, not one trial. It's all part of the process. And if you don't quit, you will see the promise. Number 5, God won't bless a lie. God cannot bless who you pretend to be. He's not in love with your mask. He's in love with the real you. But if you keep hiding behind filters, facades, and fake personas, you're locking yourself out of the very blessing you're begging for. You want favor? Get honest. You want direction? Get real. God won't lead a lie. He leads the truth. And that starts with integrity. Not the kind that looks good in public, the kind that stands firm in private, discipline when no one's watching, purity when temptation calls. Honesty when it costs you something. That's where God moves. That's where His power shows up. Not in performance, but in surrender. If you're living 2 lives, one online, one in the dark, you're blocking the blessing. God doesn't operate in confusion. He honors clarity, humility, and repentance. So stop faking, stop hiding, lay it all down, come clean. Let Him rebuild the real you. Because when your soul is aligned with truth, His favor flows like never before. God cannot bless your highlight reel. He blesses your healed heart. Number 6, your circle matters. Don't expect divine progress while you're surrounded by spiritual poison. You can't say you want God's purpose and keep walking with people who only know how to gossip, waste time, and glorify dysfunction. Who you allow into your life is who you give access to your destiny. So look around. Are they feeding your faith or fueling your fear? Are they praying with you or partying through your pain? God's plan for your life requires alignment, not attachment. You can't afford to keep dragging dead weight into your future. Some people aren't enemies, they're just distractions in disguise. This year, clean house. If they don't speak life, cut the noise. If they don't celebrate your growth, release them. If they compete with you more than they support you, they're not your circle. They're your cage. God's blessings come with weight, and you need people strong enough to lift with you, not small enough to resent what you're carrying. Choose wisely, because the wrong crowd can delay the right calling. Protect your space. Your future depends on it. Number 7, you must work like it depends on you, and pray like it depends on God. Too many people pray for change but never pick up a tool to build it. They beg for miracles while ignoring their responsibilities. But God didn't call you to sit. He called you to step. Faith isn't passive, it's powerful. While you're on your knees praying, you better be on your feet moving. While you're asking for a breakthrough, you better be breaking cycles. Prayer opens the door, but effort walks through it. That dream you've been holding on to? God gave you the vision, now give Him your action. Start the business. Study harder. Wake up earlier. Train your gift. Build your character. Show Him you're serious, not just in words, but in work. Because heaven moves when hustle and humility meet. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Don't expect a harvest where you haven't labored. God won't do for you what He gave you the power to do yourself. Pray like everything depends on Him, but work like it all depends on you. That's the balance that unlocks miracles. So this is your moment to align with something higher, to stop trying to do it all on your own, to put God first, truly first, and then back your faith with hard, relentless work. You've wasted enough years seeking shortcuts. Now it's time to seek your source. Get aligned, get focused, get honest. Pray like your life depends on it, and then grind like your breakthrough is guaranteed. Because when you put God first, when you do the work, when you protect your peace and pursue your purpose, life doesn't just change, it transforms. And no one can take that from you. Not this year, not ever.